What is going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this week's episode of On the Bench with Pete. This week I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be attempting to make some mould from blue stuff for a couple of my Walking Dead scenery bits. I will be doing painting as well, but that's primarily what I'm going to be doing first. It shouldn't take too long. All I need is a cup of boiling water, pop this in, and it should be good to go. Anyway, let's get to it. Right, so here is the cup of boiling water. I'm just going to pop literally one of the chunks of blue stuff I've got in, because that was an old mould. So in that goes. I'm going to break out my Walking Dead scenery booster, I know what I mean. And these are the things I'm primarily interested in. I think some will be easier to mould than others. But I would like to have a go. At moulding a couple of them. I'll get the rest of these scenery bits out. Because I need to prepare them for painting anyways. Especially these cars. I don't have enough blue stuff for that, but right, so that's that. So how's this? So what you do is you pop your blue stuff in. This is how you deal with most blue stuff. As you can see there, it's becoming like malleable. See, it's bending and staying into shape now. After a while, you'll be able to like pull it apart. I mean, this is just like rubber at the moment. This is the old one. But I'm gonna have a look to see. I mean, there's a couple of backpacks here which look cool. A couple of attache cases. A couple of big boxes, cans, and like small boxes and cans. So what I plan on doing is making a mould like this, and then filling it with either green stuff or epoxy resin. So let's see if I can. Right, see what I mean? It comes like this, you see. So you can just mould it into shape. So I'm going to have a go and see if I can get, I don't know, let's do a couple of smaller ones first, shall we? So I didn't have much success beforehand. So if I can press this into one of them. Attache case into the other. Then that should be good. Now with the other bit, I'm going to pop that in the water. Let's see if I can go for a bigger one. Make a bigger mould. I don't know if I can just do one, maybe of these boxes or something, I don't know. These cans look cool though, I might try the cans. That'd be good. So what happens is then these will cool down, they'll create the mould, I'll be able to take them out, and hey presto, Bob's your uncle. I can then use like epoxy resin to put in it and make stuff, which would be cool. So I'm going to be getting extra scenery then, that's the plan anyway. That is the plan. I'm going to airbrush the vehicles with the primer, because it will be easier and better, I think. I can hand brush the rest of these and these little bits here, not a problem at all. Alright, so I'm just looking at the blue stuff here again. It's getting nice and soft. Right, so think about what I'm going to do. I might go for the big box here. So put these to one side. Right, I'm going to go for it. Right. Right, okay, so there it is. So I'm going to make a nice big lump, hopefully. Hoping that'll so if I can squeeze this into here like so. Might be a little too deep for it, but we'll try them anyway. That's what we'll do. Right, popping these to one side now. Initially, I was going to do a tutorial on how to do that stuff, but it went a bit sour, so not doing that now. Right, I'm going to pop a couple of these little ones onto the lids here. I mean, you can tell the camera angle's different again, so I think this will be the one that suits my needs the most. So I'm going to prime these two, plus I'm going to set a couple of these up for priming as well. Maybe even all of them, who knows. If I can find suitable holders. I mean, I don't think a lid like that's going to be much cost, but I do have a Marmite lid. Marmite lids are good. So if I pop, there's a couple of solid bits on here underneath. So if I pop the blue tack on that, on the other solid bit, we should be away. Now, what's been going on with me? Well, I had a tooth out yesterday. Man, it's the first one in about 8 years. Might even be 9 years, I don't know. A long time anyway. It's been about 8 years since I last went to a dentist, but they said apart from the one tooth, everything's looking hunky-dory, which was encouraging news. He said, well, clearly you're looking after your teeth, so I mean that's a bonus, right? Is it possible to possible to pop these on one? Maybe, I don't know. There's not much to hold them on there, though, see? If I had that, yeah. It's like talking to myself here. It's like, you know. I'll work them out later. Do these have any solid bits? Not really. This is only scenery anyway, really. Well, I'll try that for now. So that gives me 4 little bits there to play around with. I got some tea. Yeah, so I had my tooth out yesterday, which was a lot easier than I was expecting, to be truthful, because the last time I had a tooth out, man, it seemed to take forever. It was about an hour, I think I was in the chair. Whereas this time I was like in and out, and it's all done, you know. Don't want these. I'm loath to paint these in a lighter primer, but sometimes you got to do it. The reason I don't like the white and the grey, I think grey is worse. White isn't so, but it gets very chalky and bubbly. That's what I don't like about it. So yeah. So yeah, it's nice to have a dentist now. That feeling of, yes, I can go there if I have a problem, and it's not going to be an issue. I like that feeling. It makes me feel good. So you can see, well, you probably can't from that angle, but lots of bubbles in this. Trying to pop the bubbles. See, the thing is, the bubbles will dry on the model if you don't. I just don't like that. Anyway, let's pop some of this white primer on. Touchy case. I mean, objective markers primarily. I think scenery, once I look into it, is going to be. So that's probably going to be what they're used for, I'm guessing. In which case, either way, scenery or objective marker, I would like them to be quite bright. Yeah, there's too many bubbles, don't like it. Black or dark grey are my favourite primers to prime with. I mean, even spraying it anyway, it's how it comes out. Yeah, it's very chalky. I'm just going to transfer the white from one to the other. I'm not even going to dip from there. And I'm not that bothered about saving it afterwards, to be truthful, because like I say, I don't really care for the white much. I mean, the light grey I've got is a pain as well, but you know, that's light grey. So and that's the way of it. Yeah, it covers up detail far too easily, I find. That's just me. So these are 2 I've done, and I've done one of these as well, so I may pop that one on a little lid as well. No may about it. I'm going to. Busy week this week. Tomorrow, so I'm recording this on a Wednesday, but tomorrow I've got a hospital neurology appointment. And Friday as well, more appointments, and it's just, why can't I just get it all done in one day? But it's a pain, to be sure. Saturday, going to DevCon, and I may do some vlog. We'll see. I mean, I'll take my cameras anyway. I mean, reason for going there is primarily to promote my wife's new book, which isn't even out yet, but it's just to raise awareness. And you know, a lot of publishing companies like it when you kind of try and raise awareness for your own work and stuff. Like do their work for them, basically, I guess. So anyway, we're doing that because we thought it'd be fun. The ladies from the Fantabulous Beasties are dressing up as characters from the book, with my wife being Queen Elandria herself. So she's going to look very regal, and it's going to be cool. Lots of fun either way. It's going to be great. So you just got to be careful when you're painting the white primers. I think I'd like to do these barriers darker though. Yeah, I think so. Do one of these and one of these too. Yeah, I think so. Good job. I've got loads of these lids. See, I'm popping the blue tack on there, like so. Yeah. So looking forward to getting into the meat of this game. I really am. Which I can do now. I'm going to be doing the. I think I'm going to run the tutorial, even though it's kind of basic rules. But I think it'd be good to show, you know, like it does for the main rules, like to how easy you can just get into it straight away, pretty much. So obviously there will be other rules when we get into the proper game, but I'm thinking run the tutorial and see what happens. If people hate it, they hate it, you know. But I'm enjoying doing it, so you know. Yeah, white primer, not my favourite. I'd rather paint with just a normal white than use that as a primer, because this just gets so chalky. There we are. So I'm leaving the other two or not. I don't. Depends how successful these moulds are, I'll be honest with you. Feeling quite done already, to be honest, but I'll give it a few more minutes. So that's that. I've got to go up the shop later and get some electric and gas. Just wiping off the paint there. I've got a little bit of dry brushing to do on this boat. Excellent, I have the paint out as well. I'm doing some work on my Dracula model as well for Halloween as a tradition this year. I said I'd start doing that, and that's what I intend to do. Just a little mini painting challenge. But it's not very challenging, it's just a little painting project, tiny. Right. Just trying to bring out some of the texture on the boat. A wee bit more paint. Just need it that little bit lighter. I'm thinking of using these for Lord of the Rings at the moment. I mean, I'm going to use them for Congo as well, but I have more in mind what I want to do with them for Lord of the Rings at this point in time. Kind of recreate the Lothlorien scene. I might even come to that in role playing. You never know. You might do. Should be good. Try and get all the edges. Yeah, so going back to DevCon then. Like I say, I don't know. I might be vlogging. I might not. Depends, you know, what people are there, and at the very least, I'll do a photo voiceover thing. Should be able to get away with that. I know it's lots of. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, lots of people don't like having a photo taken, but you know, it's a convention. It's what people do. That's why they go there. You know, it's. But we'll see. So obviously I'm going, my wife's going, her friends are going, my daughter's going, her friend's going, or maybe going. Right, so I've already done this one, but I think some of the insides need a bit more. There. Going to call those boats done now. So if I got another bow, I could do it for the clock started going in for a few seconds. Yeah, I could do it for another do it for like Lothlorien, the scene with the boats with the characters in. So if I had 3 of them, I could possibly, you know, on a river. I don't know. Not so sure the figures will fit in them, to be honest, but I can get away around that by putting little, I don't know, pennies in it or something like that. So we can get around that. Right, another sip of tea, I think. And then I'm going to have a look at these moulds. I don't know if this one is going to be successful, but I think these 2 might be alright. Right, so I'm going to try and take that backpack out. So that's looking like it's moulded okay, to me anyway. And as you can see, the original is perfectly fine. Let's get, I think this is the attache case, yes, and there we are. If you can see that there, looking alright too. And there's the one that's concerning me most. Although we're looking like it may be okay. Well, I'll leave that one to one side. Right. I have a little bit of epoxy resin left. So, guess what? Work it together a bit like green stuff. Let's put it into some water. Right, moulding it together now. The trick is really to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. That's the trick. Let's see. I'm gonna wet my fingers again because you know, like green stuff, it gets a bit sticky. Doesn't really change colour though, but it does go into kind of, I don't know, like a lighter grey, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think I'd need all of this for doing that one, but we'll see. I'd have to leave that overnight, but you're welcome to see the results, you know, another time. Okay. I'm going to take it in half. I'm going to see if I can actually, I'll take a bit more. Right. So I'll try and fill this mould now. Oh yeah, because it's easy. So I've gone overboard here, basically. I'll use the other one. There'll be a lot of waste on that one, I feel. I wonder if I can take some away and use it for this one. See, you see my failure at work here then, can't you? Right. Backpack. Then of course I'll need to file it away. Now I have some green stuff which I may try for the attache case. So I'll just rinse my fingers off because epoxy resin is probably worse than green stuff. You know, when you get it on your fingers, so like that sort of thing. Look, I've got a lot of blue towels spare. Yep, right. So, I'm going to need to cut some of this off. And I've seen better days. The blade's fine. I don't think I need much. So peel off the plastic. Okay. So dip it in the water. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did. Well, I don't think it's going to be enough there, so I'm going to cut off a little bit more. There we are. That's a bit better, at least. Yeah, I think that will work. Now, I've done these with epoxy before. I've never done it with green stuff before. So I'm hoping I can get an extra attachy case out of this. Beauty of it is, even when they're painted, really you can do this, but I just wanted to do it now. Okay. And that's the green stuff one done. Okay. So that's them. Right, I've got these primed ones. This water's probably too cool now. We're halfway through already. The primer on this hasn't come out too bad, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, you just got to be very careful with it and not worry about the grey showing underneath. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to actually, I'm going to varnish these, because as soon as I get them off, that gives me 2 more holders and more blue tack. Oh yeah! I'm pleased that I didn't waste any green stuff. Alright, so I'm going to use this wash brush for the varnishing, because it was no good as a wash brush anyway. The brush too splayed out, you know. So this is going to be good. I've ordered something else as well for Lord of the Rings, which I'm going to need for a key scene, whether it be a diorama or part of the role playing, which I want to do as part of the role playing, and then you can do it for Dungeons and Dragons as well, and you can even get Lord of the Rings supplement for D&D, which is quite interesting, I think, and I might look at getting that. Still not got a car yet, although it is it's all ready. It's kind of being shipped to the dealer, but it's going to take a while. So, but once I've got access to transport, I'm thinking of looking for maybe a weekly role-playing group I could get together with. You know, put the feelers out, see if I can do that. I don't suppose they'd want anything filmed, but I'm okay with that. It'd just be nice to play in a different group, I think. Not that there's anything wrong with my current group, just sporadic it is as to when we can get together. So yeah, if there's a group, I'll be looking for one on maybe a weekly basis. I know for most people it'll be like the weekends or whatever, but I'm okay with that. There, that can dry now. Now for this one. And I maybe can do a little bit on my Dracula model. Could put a wash on the base. I've put him on a poker chip like I do a lot of my models, but so this will probably be a shorter on the bench today, I'm guessing. So I'm guessing at this stage, so I don't know. So I like to normally go for about an hour, but sometimes you just can't help it. So we'll just go for what we can go for. Because I'm kind of running out of my models purposely. So I don't want too much clutter here. Yeah, I mean it'd be so easy to break open new stuff. I mean, essentially I have done that with the Walking Dead scenery booster pack here, but yeah, I'm not going to do the airbrushing on this episode because it'd be too noisy. Yeah, and once I've got my transport I can go to the Games Inc. shop. Do you remember the one I promoted back along? Yeah, I can do that. And probably spend a lot of money in there. They'll probably know of a gaming group. Oh, nearly put my brush in my tea then. I've not done in my tea before. Come close, and that was a close one as well. Right, Dracula. So there he is, and concubine obviously, but he needs a wash on the base there. I think I'll wash it. Thinking of washing it in red. Army Painter. Quick shade. Red tone. Don't know why I'm talking like that. here. Pop that one in there. And that's that done. Well, sometimes there's not much you can do at a time. Got to get that done though, so the drying time. So I do want to get him done for Halloween. And of course it's my daughter's birthday the day before, so I want to be free to spend time on that. Let's see, what else? Just looking at my moulds here. Don't think there's an awful lot else I can do. Oh! Tell a lie, there is, because I do have some more blue tack. Thinking about it. So let me just get these ready. Let me pop Dracula to one side a moment. Yep. So I'm looking for other bases I can use. There's a big one. Well, although I have it, I don't have it with me. It's in back home, so I'll have to go bring that with me next time. What I can do is prime them. Okay, so black. And I'll keep the black out because I'm going to be using that for the vehicles. I can find some way of holding them. That would be awesome. So yeah, get my new car, get a new gaming group together, maybe meet some new people, who knows. Of course, my favourite memory of Dungeons and Dragons is when I was at school. I think that might be the case for a lot of people, be there when they first got into it. See, nobody knew what it was all about back in my day. It was like all a bit weird and mysterious, you know. In fact, I remember one kid at school. You thought we were all devil worshipping, you know. It's all devil worshipping and all that. It's like, no, it's not. It's a game. At its most base level, a group of characters that have statistics trying to escape a dungeon rolling dice. Obviously, it was mostly dungeons in those days. There's a lot more outdoor stuff, adventuring and that now. But at its most basic level, that's what it was. In a dungeon. Yeah? Oh man, we had some fun. Oh, did we? The question I often get asked with regard to D&D is, do I prefer gaming or DMing? And that's an interesting question, actually, because I really enjoy DMing and I really enjoy gaming. And I guess it depends upon the group you're playing with. You know, I'm not the greatest DM in the world, but I'm okay, you know. I mean, I say I'm not the greatest because, you know, I've played with some really amazing DMs, and you know, hats off to them. And yeah, so but I'm okay. I'm not bad. Yeah, that's looking all right. Got some primer on there. Yeah, I'm not bad. I mean, when I first got into it, like I say, nobody really understood it. In fact, I remember going in my school. We had a D&D club. It was on, I think it was on a Thursday. D&D club, which ran in the lunchtime. And it started off with just like a handful of us and a teacher. There was a teacher on board as well to begin with, anyway, and he didn't have a clue about it any more than anybody else. You know, people. You know, the person that was DMing was also playing and reading out the stats of the monsters, and we were supposed to get skin. Like, didn't really realise. No, you're not supposed to do that. You know. But role playing, I mean, for me anyway, it was a whole brand new thing back then, and I didn't have a clue. So I had no illusions as to what to expect, really, what it should be like. Nothing to draw a comparison to. I do remember. I don't know why I remember particularly. Probably, I think it might have been my first visit there. Someone had first visit at the club. So I was taking the place for someone who dropped out. They'd already rolled his character. Halfling it was. I forget the name. But I was looking at the stats of like the intelligence and strength and wisdom and all that, and I didn't know what was what with that. I just thought, God, they look really poor. Especially compared to the other ones, and in particular the one who was DMing, and he had his character, and I was like, he seems to be remarkably well off statistically. I didn't even know what the maximum was, but mine were like, most of mine were like below 10. I'm thinking, really? He was in the teens. I think he might have had 18 on a couple. But yeah, craziness. So I had to take over. I wasn't allowed to roll up a new character. So that's, kids, you know. Yeah, you've got to do this one. You know. And the teacher that was with us. Well, I don't know what his first name was. He was called Mr. Abbott. He was essentially a games teacher, but he seemed interested in D&D. And there was a lot of arguing and talking, and then he said, "Look, okay, let's just try and get this sorted. So what's going on? Right, we're in a room under the ground." And kind of he was stopping everybody arguing about different things. So it kind of brought focus to the point in hand. It's like, okay, so what are we supposed to be doing then? Obviously getting out of it. But there was no like scenery or anything. But there was a couple of figures, like lead figures that people had brought in, and I was fascinated with that. So that was primarily my first introduction into figures, or seeing someone's figures. No, they weren't painted or anything, but I had no, didn't even have a clue about that. I was like, wow, this little halfling figure, a dwarf and a wizard. I remember the wizard, or magic user as they were called. Played by a girl called Rosemary, the magic user. It's funny what you remember, isn't it? It's what stays with your mind. And sometimes I can't even remember what I have for breakfast, but there you go. Remember that. And yeah, none of the people that was in that group was kind of, that first group anyway, were involved in my later D&D escapades. But later on, as the club expanded, more people sort of came to it, and it really took off. And in the end there was like 2 massive groups of about 10-15 people each game going on. Might have even been a third game going on. And yeah, my friend Mark Kowalczyk was running one, and I remember we were watched by one of my other old school friends or colleagues called Dean Eaton. And I see him now, he's well into role playing on Facebook and that, but I don't think he lives in Plymouth anymore. He kind of moved on and all that kind of thing that, you know, we all should have done, but just finishing up my tea. I mean, I had the chance to leave Plymouth, go to Japan and teach English, but it fell through, it didn't happen. But man, what an adventure that would have been. Yeah. So I'm not going to paint anymore on this episode because I think I'm at the limit of where I can go. I think this might be dry, but I think I'm going to leave this episode here. I can see the primer drying on these already. These 2 barricades, one has got like tyres behind it supporting it, and the other one has got like boxes, so that's kind of cool. And when these come out, so I've got hopefully a backpack, an attache case, and a crate or 2. Hopefully we'll see. But they really need to be dry before taking them out, so I will wait probably until tomorrow for that one, and see. Hopefully I won't have ruined them. So what I'm going to do after this is get some more blue tack, set these up, spray prime these. So 2 cars, 2 trucks. Yeah, it might be cool to kind of put some glass cracking on the windscreen or windscreens. Yeah, that might be interesting to do. But let's get them primed up first, shall we? And sort of come back at a later point in time. Anyway, I'm taking off my glasses and I'm going to end it here. There we go. So thanks for joining me on this episode of On the Bench with Pete. It's been very enjoyable. As you know, I love this series. I really enjoy it a lot. So I've got basically Walking Dead going on the bench at the moment. Anyway, and of course, let's not forget Dracula and his concubine. Didn't do much on that though, I just put a wash on the base. And of course, varnish these. So I'm calling them done. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember, all brushes lead to war, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.